Hey guys, how are you all doing? Welcome back. I hope you're doing absolutely amazing today. So before we start, I want to state my appreciation for all of you. Thanks for all the likes, the comments and views. It has absolutely blown my mind the amount of views we got in just one day. More than 1300. It truly fills me with joy to see that there is a demand for this kind of videos, and I will gladly supply them. So keep it up guys, I really appreciate it. Now, to give some shoutouts to a couple of guys that helped me out here. First of all is called Frostkrieger. You can disable the AWACS calls, Enfield 11, Overlord 11 with right shift M. Good mission, good content. I like the immersiveness with no labels and no F10 map. Hey, thanks mate. Appreciate that a lot. I will surely try it out, and I'm sure that there are a lot of people watching that did not know of this either. So very good advice. Right, so the next one is Teun. You can use aim 9s by holding the master mode switch. It will automatically switch to the missiles and gun pipper. Fire with weapon release when locked. He also says, takeoff trim is located behind the throttle, above the 4 switches for the controls, hydraulics or something. Hey, thanks Teun, appreciate the help mate. Alright, so let's get in the actual campaign and see where we left off. Okay, here we are. I think I remembered where we left off. If I'm correct, we basically lost our whole air fleet, so that's not a good thing. I also made a little bit of a mistake by not buying reinforcements, so that means that this turn, the only air asset that we have is the A10C, which is me. And as you can see here, I think we can show it here. That's not gonna cut it. So this is actually a really nice graph where we can see that the enemy started with at turn 1 with 66 aircraft, and we had about I believe, let's say around 15. You can see that we dropped them down to. I believe that would be around like 35 aircraft that they have right now, and we have 1. so yes, I don't think that the A10C will be able to do much actually. If you go to armor, we can see that they started with 80, and well, we took out like 2 T90s last time and 4 BTR, so that would be around. My head, I think 72, right? And we lost a couple apparently. Oh yeah, I remember. We lost 4 Bradley, so we now have 42. So that sounds like it's totally out of balance, but remember that they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 airfields. So they're all spread out across these airfields. So it's not like all those units are at the front line. But we need to kind of change around our plans. So I thought about this a little bit, and I think we need to bring back the fight to them and bring the fight back to the sky. So this time I'm not going to fly the A10C, sadly. I do love the A10C, I do love air to ground, it's basically my thing. But to win this campaign, I think that we need to switch to Cap. So I can either choose between the F16 or the F18 or the F14 or F15, and I am choosing for the F16 because in 2 days, it's the 21st of September right now, in 2 days, if everything goes well, there will be an update for the F16 which will give us Mavericks and Harms. So I want to kind of get back into the F16 and familiarize me a little bit with the controls and stuff like that. So that's what we're gonna do right now. We have $214 million, and we are going to spend that on air assets. So I'm not gonna buy anything at Hatay for a simple reason. That is because Hatay has 1 single airstrip, and that means that if we put like 8 aircraft here, there will be like a huge, how would you call it in English? Like a line of traffic that is stuck. So we're not gonna do that. The only thing that I'm gonna buy here, if we have the money for it, is helicopters. So that would be the AH-64D longbow. But for now we're gonna go to Incirlik and buy a couple of aircraft. So I'm gonna start off with the F-16s. I'm gonna buy 4 of them. We need F-15s. We're gonna buy 4 of them, and then we have 40 million left that we can spend in something. I'm not gonna spend it on the A-10. So actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sell the A-10 that we already have, which should be here. Yeah, we have one of them. So if I'm gonna sell this, we get the money back, which I'm then gonna spend in, I think, more F-16. Let's go full F-16 this time. Okay, then we have 28 million left. So let's see if we can buy something that is cheaper than 14 million. We can buy AV-8B and A, but that is not really useful. Now it's just a waste of money basically, because they will be shut down the moment they take off. So let's see. What can we buy here? I gotta buy some F5. I could buy a couple of them actually. Yeah, let's buy a couple of them. Then we have 12 million left. And let's just keep that in the bank. In terms of ground forces, I believe we are still okay. Let's see. We still have 10 Humvees, 5 Strikers, 6 Bradleys, and 4 Abrams. Yeah, let's actually not buy those F5s and actually spend that in ground forces. So I'm gonna buy a couple more Bradleys. And I'm gonna keep them on aggressive, so they're gonna push forward. And let's see how many base defenses they actually have here. So they have 1490s, they have a S300 sight. Ooh, that might actually be the one that killed all of our air forces last time. They have AAA and some Strelas and 2 BTR-80s. So in terms of actual ground forces, they don't have a lot of defenses here, but this is only the generic base defense, so that doesn't count the actual frontline units. So yeah, let's just keep them on aggressive. And I think that's about it. So let me see actually the details. I didn't show you this last time, but you can see here in details where we get our money from. So we currently have 4 bases, which would be Incirlik, Hatay, Peleliu, and the Theodore Roosevelt. And each of them gives us 20 million. And next to that we have 3 buildings, and each of them gives 2 million. So we get 6 million from ammo. Ah, I see. Okay, so the ammo, oh, that would be this one. So this one is pretty important. So if we lose that, we will lose 6 million per turn. So that's a lot. And I'm also actually gonna change a little bit of the settings. In terms of, let's see. In terms of performance. So I'm gonna disable the infantry units, because I mean they're cool, but they're not really adding anything to the campaign. It just is more load on my CPU. We're gonna remove this one. This one, it's a pretty cool idea. It basically means that, let's say in the previous turn we destroyed some units, then this turn we will see those units still on the map, but I'm not gonna do that. Sadly, I don't have Beast of a PC currently. Let's see, what can we do more? Artillery strikes, what to keep on. And I'm gonna keep on the smoke effects. So if it's gonna get really bad on my performance, here is the culling settings. If you turn it on and put it on 100 kilometers, it will basically draw a circle around your airbase, and everything outside of that circle that's not within the 100 kilometers will not be rendered, but we don't need that at the moment. So that's everything set up actually. Let's end the turn, and now you will see why it was such a bad thing that I didn't buy any reinforcements last time. It is because, yep, there we go, the front line actually pushed back towards us. So We have lost some territory to the enemy, but let's hope that this time we will actually be able to push them back. Okay, we just received 90 million extra, so I'm gonna invest that in a bit of more ground units. So let's buy 2 more strikers and let's buy some F-18s because they are super useful because they can do seeds. So I can only buy 2 of them. And then we have 22 million left. Let's see what we can buy from that. Nothing. So I'm gonna actually leave those 22 million for the next turn. But yeah, the F-18s are basically the most valuable asset in this campaign, especially if you fly them yourself, which I will do in the future. Basically for the reason that it has so many weapons that can be used. So you can take out the SAM sites, you can take out ground units, you can take out air units. So it's really a diverse platform. But without further ado, let's. Wait, by the way, not without further ado, I actually forgot to plan the missions. So I'm gonna show that off as well. So currently you can see we have 2 ships of F-16s and 2 ships of F-15s. I'm gonna fly as one of these F-16s, so I'm gonna put that as 1 client slot and change the waypoints around. So right now it's on the front line. We don't want that because, as we just saw, there's an S-300 site there. So preferably we want to actually have them back as far as possible. So I'm actually gonna put them on Incirlik Air Base and let them fly over there. With the reason that if they're flying over here, any enemies that will come to Hatay, they will just engage it. But once they are flying around, there's no threat of the S-300, right? So I'm gonna put everyone on Incirlik Air Base. And then I'm gonna fill in the time schedules. So yeah, we are still heavily outnumbered, as you can see, but I hope that my super amazing skills will help the battle a little bit, or I will just get shot down in the first minute. We will see. I don't know. Okay, so the F-15s we want to have in the air as soon as possible. It's actually pretty cool how they model it. I don't know if it's realistic or not, but the F-15s basically take off and they immediately just skyrocket towards Angels 30 or something. And it's amazing how quickly they can reach that altitude. Okay, so they will take off at 0 minutes, then these will also take off at 0 minutes, and we will take off at 10 minutes. There we go. And I'm gonna do a cold start. In terms of payload, I'm actually gonna change it around a little bit. I'm gonna give myself a lightning because it doesn't have that as a standard payload. I'm gonna give myself some AIM-9s and AIM-120s, and I want 2 center tanks, or 2 fuel tanks rather. Let's see. Yep. And then some more AIM-120s. Okay, I'm not gonna go for the spam AIM-120s because I want to keep my speed a little bit. And I'm gonna take a fuel tank for the middle, just so I'm gonna use that fuel tank basically to take off immediately and go really high and then drop it off. Okay, there we go. And if we run out of missiles, I'm gonna land and resupply. So for the AI, I don't really need to change anything. So I'm just gonna keep it as it is. Now, we are ready. It's gonna be a nighttime mission. And I will see you in the aircraft. Okay, welcome back guys. We are currently in the F-16, as you can see. And it does look awesome. It is such a different experience than flying an A-10, as you will see. The startup procedure is really easy as well. So I'm waiting until it reaches 20 RPM, and then I will put the throttle in idle like this. And that's about it for the startup, at least. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit and start everything up, and then I will be back with you guys once we are ready to taxi. Okay, the INET is ready. As you can see, the two F-15s has already taken off, and I believe two F-16s are also taking off. I'm gonna put the INS in nav modes, turn down the HSTs a little bit. Turn on nose wheel steering, and we should be ready to go. So I'm gonna taxi right now. I will leave my cockpit open a little bit because I really love the sound of the jets taking off. Here you can see the other F-16s that are waiting for the 10-minute mark. And I do really love to fly night missions. I think the lighting in DCS is amazing. Some of it is not perfect. As you can see, like these are not reflective lights. But I'm sure that they will find something for that to fix it. Okay, I'm holding here. Let's wait for my buddy to catch up and do some final checks. So let's turn the floodlighting down. Okay, we're currently moving to waypoint 1, or steer point rather. Let's turn on our landing lights. And let's arm our seats. If I'm able to. Yeah, there we go. Okay, buddy is right behind us. There he is. And let's go. Okay, nose wheel steering off. Ooh, there seems to be a lot of crosswind. And rotate. Gear up. Okay, let's turn autopilot on. And let's steer towards steer point 1. As you can see, my buddy is just taking off right there. And I'm actually gonna turn down my communications because I don't want to be spammed by all those units screaming out information. Okay, as you can see, we are currently at Angels 30. I'm gonna turn on my altitude holds, and we already have some contacts. So let's get into AA mode. Turn master on. Let's get ready to engage. Okay, as you can see, we are already in the range of the S300 side, so I'm convinced that that is the one that actually took out most of our Arians last time. Gonna turn my lights off. There we go. That's better. Yeah, it seems like our guys took out the enemy fighter. There's one more in the distance. And a lot more coming. Okay, we are currently flying alongside the front line. We are actually the furthest out at the moment. You can see the front line right there. And this is basically our station. Last time we actually flew over the water here, and we went through these mountains to the front line over there. As you can see, the front line has shifted now, way closer towards us. And I'm actually gonna turn in now towards the enemy SAM sites and try if they will fire on me. Okay, as you can see, a SA-10 site is currently locking me up. So if I get a little bit closer, he will most likely fire on me. There we go. And now I'm simply gonna turn away. And just in case, I'm gonna drop some countermeasures. And someone shot again. Yeah, we're flying right over the front line right now. They're firing from right over there, as you can see. They're shooting at someone else right now. And there's a little bit of a lighting bug going on in DCS right now, where you can see all the ground units. They are basically white dots, as you can see here. So we can basically see all the units that are currently on the ground and flying around and stuff like that, which is pretty bad, and I hope that they will fix that soon enough. I haven't seen much of a enemy response actually. They seem to be staying behind a little bit. Okay, I'm going to turn in again, as you can see, just to try and make them fire on me a bit more. I mean, every missile they fire on me is a missile wasted. Okay, we are running out of fuel pretty soon on our external fuel tanks. So I'm gonna get ready to drop them. Oh, MiG-29 is locking me up. Okay, let's drop the tanks. There we go. Yep, he seems to be coming towards me. So I'm gonna turn away. Okay, let's turn in. Okay, to actually come back. Because you're gonna get shot down soon, mate. Yeah, I just wanted to show you guys this, which is a little bit weird. I hope that they will figure something out for that, because apparently there should be a huge city here. But now there is not. It is a little bit underwhelming at the moment, I got to say. I expected way more from them. They haven't really sent anything towards me. And yeah, I'm not gonna go there because you will know what happens. So let's hope they get a little bit more aggressive. I'm down to 6,000 fuel. Come on, guys. Holy. Did you see that, guys? What was that? Jesus. Yeah, that freaked me out a little bit. Okay, guys, you know what? I'm gonna head in there at a low altitude and see if I can shoot something down without being shot down myself. So let's fly towards those mountains over there. Okay, we are currently flying right over the same spot that we flew over yesterday, except that we are in the F16 right now, and we're going twice as fast. Okay, behind these mountains is basically the front line, and we will be exposed to the SAMs and stuff like that. So I'm gonna stay really close to the mountain so that I can pop down any moment. Okay, the front line's to our left over there. And I got some bandits locked up, just to try if I can lure them out a little bit. Okay, I got some bandits that are around 40 miles away. And I'm going to engage them. I believe that's the enemy airfield. Shit, I lost luck. Okay, let's go defensive.
Altitude. Altitude.
Yeah, they're really angry at me now. Okay, let's see if I can get behind this little hill over here. Okay. Well, guys, I tried to get an engagement, but they don't seem to want to play with us. I'm currently at bingo fuel, as you can see. So I need to get back, sadly. For me, it's a good sign though that they don't want to push out, because it basically means that they don't have enough aircraft. So that means that next turn we will have a lot more aircraft, and we can actually do some air to ground. Oh, and I think we have some bad news, guys. We got our first casualty, which is my buddy. I think he just got shot down. Okay, just to give a quick summarize of what happens. We basically created a screen alongside the front line over here. We tried to pull out the enemy cap, but they did not want to play, and those that did want to play, they got shut down immediately. We tried to do a little bit of wild weasel action, by letting the SAMs fire at us. And then I tried to get land inwards to attack the airfield itself, which was not successful. My buddy got shot down and I had to return back because of bingo fuel. So overall, not much excitement, but it is good news for us in the long term. And yes, this game is gorgeous. Just want to say it again.
Altitude. Altitude.
While not crashing in the mountains, that would be nice. Okay, we are currently 25 miles out from the turning point towards the airfield. I'm gonna turn on my lights. There we go. And descend to 6,000 feet. Let's see if I can put this 16 down correctly. I got to say it's pretty challenging actually to land the F16. I seem to be way too high and way too fast. Gear down. Yeah, way too high. Let's see if I can fix that. There seems to be a lot of wind as well. Oh. Okay, we seem to be fine. And let's put it down.
Altitude. Altitude. Altitude.
Okay, that's not a perfect landing, but it is what it is. Let's put the wheel brakes on. Oh, yeah, this is what I mean, guys. I am really bad at landing a F16. Okay, taxi lights. Okay, there we go. We're back home. Excuse me for that landing. I still need to really figure out how it actually works. The rudder seems to be really sensitive, and it feels a little bit like you are landing on ice, if that makes sense. Seems like the other 16s also got back. Yep. They all got back home safely. Let's put mine in this one. Ooh, that's bright. There we go. Okay, canopy up. Okay, we made it back. So let's see how we actually did. 12 aircraft destroyed, 8 ground units destroyed. We lost one F-16, which was my buddy. should not have brought him with me actually. We got 2 F-15s that got shot down, which were the first one that actually went in. And I think they were the only ones that saw some action in terms of air-to-air. We lost 2 Humvees. The enemy lost 2 MiG-31s, 5 Su-33s, 2 Su-30s, 2 BMP-2s and 4 BTR-80s. So our ground forces were actually pretty successful. And I think most of these aircraft got shot down by our fleet. So overall, yeah, it wasn't as exciting, but it was successful, and that's the most important part. And as you can see, we pushed forward big time. So I think next episode, if we win this one, we will be at the border of their airfield. And obviously next turn we have a lot of money to spend, and we still have a lot of aircraft left over. So we can put a lot of resources into air to ground, and that's what we will do next time. So I hope you enjoyed, and sorry for the kind of the lack of content, but I cannot control the AI or what they are doing. So I hope to see you next time, and if you want to help me out, leave a like or put a comment or whatever, it really helps me, and I appreciate all of you. Have a good day guys, and see you around.